Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Chris and on this channel I share my cross stitch journey. If you've seen my floss organization video, you already know I use floss packs. Recently I came across a video on Nokitana's channel where she showed a simple way to make small paper boxes that keep floss packs standing upright. I thought it was such a clever idea that I wanted to share it with you. What I like about this solution is that there is no need to make dividers inside your main box. These little boxes can be made in any size you need, they can be easily removed and they help keep the floss packs nicely organized. I recently added new colors to my box and it's completely full now, so I won't be changing anything for a while. But if I start a new project and need a larger box in the future, I'll definitely use this idea. So today I'd like to show you how to make these simple boxes. If you use the floss pack system, maybe you'd like to give it a try. To make these boxes, we'll need an office stapler, a pencil, a ruler, and a piece of thick paper. Here I have a sheet of watercolor paper that is 140 pound or 300 grams per square meter. This is simply what I have available, but any thicker paper will work. First we're going to draw some lines, then we'll cut, fold and create the box. Here's an illustration showing what we're going to draw and which measurements we need. The red line represents the width of the box. Here you need to measure how wide your floss packs are. Mine are about 3 centimeters wide or 1.2 inches, so that's the first measurement. Notice that the same measurement appears on both sides as well as in the middle, because that section will become the bottom of the box. Next, the green measurement represents the length of the box. This is where I measured the inside of my main box. This length will allow the small box to fit perfectly inside the larger box. Then the blue line shows how tall you want your box to be. For me, it's 10 centimeters or 4 inches. Now we need to draw all of this on our piece of paper. Once you've drawn all the necessary lines, cut out the shape. Then make 4 cuts in the places I've marked in the illustration. These are the sections that we won't need. Next we need to fold everything along the lines. To make folding easier, you can create a slight indentation along each line. I used a ruler and the rounded side of my scissors and simply run it along all the lines. Not to cut, just to make a slight indentation. This makes folding much easier, especially when using thicker paper. Then I place a piece of paper over the folds and run the side of a pencil along them to make sure they're nice and crisp. Now we can fold the box like this. We can trim away these unnecessary sections and finally fold the box and secure everything with staples on both sides. The ends of my staples are on the outside of the box, just in case, so that the floss packs don't catch on them. And the box is ready. Now I can place the floss packs inside and put the whole thing into a larger box. I think it's a really great idea. The only thing I'm wondering is whether at some point, if I have one large box for all my colors, it might be better to make two small boxes like this and place them one behind the other instead of making one very long box. Or maybe just create one divider inside the box in the middle. But that's something to consider in the future. I hope you like this idea. I think it's worth giving it a try, especially since we don't have to damage the main box in any way. And that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching and happy stitching. Bye!